What's going on, my little gamblers? Oh, don't act like that's not why you just clicked this link. Today we are checking out somewhere that I've actually never been before, and that's Pickering Casino Resort in, you guessed it, Pickering, Ontario. Now this casino is fairly new and hasn't been open for very long, and from what I've understood from my readings online, it doesn't seem like it's fully completed yet. Now, some of the information was a little sparse. I couldn't find too much details, but it seems like their hotel, for example, isn't fully open yet, plus some dining options and entertainment options and things like that. So we are going to the casino with that in mind, that this isn't 100% complete. That said, they still do have about 2,200 slot machines and about 90 table games, so at least there is some action to be had there. Now, as I mentioned, this resort is in Pickering, Ontario, which is about a 40-so-minute drive from Toronto. Now, I use Toronto as sort of like my base point because that's where I'm located, and I know probably a lot of people watching this video are in the general GTA kind of area, and I know I'm gonna get all these people thinking, well, why don't you just tell them how far the place is in miles or kilometers or whatever? Well, welcome to Canada. We use time as a distance measurement, and we always make sure we use a disclaimer depending on traffic. Now, surprisingly enough, there's actually another casino located not too far away in Ajax, Ontario called Casino Ajax. I've also never been to that one either, but maybe we'll reserve that for a future video. I also do want to give this casino a fair shot. I'm going there understanding that things aren't 100% open, the hotel's not open, not all the restaurants, entertainment, things like that are not fully open. So I am going to give that a little bit of a break in that sense. And honestly, I do hope to go back, obviously depending on our experience today, just to kind of get a full experience of the hotel and everything that it has to offer. Now, I'm actually not that big of a gambler, which I know some of you guys are probably thinking, well, half your videos are in casinos or in Vegas. And yes, that is true. But yeah, as I said, I'm not that big of a gambler, so it should be interesting to check it out. Wish me luck. Let's go. Impression, it definitely does not seem 100% finished. The parking's a little confusing too, just to know where you have to be in order to park and where you need to go next kind of thing. The crowd also looks to be a little older, let's just say, politely. Anyway, first impression, could change. Let's go check it out. They even have these beverage stations, which I always appreciate when casinos include those. Okay, so we were just talking to our lovely waitress in the restaurant, Casual. She gave us a bit of information. So the casino did actually open in July of 2021. They haven't had a grand opening yet just because not all the amenities are open yet. And it's definitely evident. You can see things are not 100% open. The hotel, for example, is supposed to open the end of this year, but apparently all the furniture is still on back order. And they have a 2,500 seat amphitheater, which is set to open next year as well. So maybe once, everything gets rolling, they'll do like a big grand opening. But for now, it's definitely, you can tell it's not 100% finished, but it's really nice in here. It's really clean, really open. So far, so good. All right, guys, Pickering Casino and Resort. Let's talk. Now, I said before I went, I was going to go there with the understanding that it wasn't completed. That, I wasn't going to judge it too harshly because I understood the fact that there were still a few things that need to happen, the hotel, some dining, this, that, and the other. It was very apparent. It was very hard to ignore, to be honest with you, because it was very apparent. As I mentioned, we spoke to one of the servers in the bar in Casual, I think it was called. And she sort of explained a little bit about the fact that it hasn't had an official grand opening yet, which absolutely makes sense. I mean, you can go in there, you can see that there's skids of furniture and things that just aren't done yet. Like the hotel is still not completed yet, from what I understood from what our waitress was saying, was that it was due to the furniture not being ready in time, being back ordered or whatever the case was, which totally makes sense. It seems like it definitely is another victim of COVID, unfortunately. Had this being built in like 2019 or something like that, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now. You know, you could see that some of the restaurants, some of the places that were supposed to be there weren't there. You know, only a couple of the restaurants were open. Yeah, just certain things you could tell were just incomplete. The front entrance, incomplete. Little things like that. So it started off for us for the parking situation. Again, you could tell it wasn't finished because even the way the GPS kind of took us, it took us in a funny way. And anyway, we parked around the back. There's ample parking, so that's not an issue. But you can tell you're kind of coming through the back entrance. You can definitely tell that the entrance you're coming through is just for the parking garage, basically. The front entrance is not complete yet, and it is blocked off with like skids and things like that. So anyway, I will also recommend, if you are going to be parking there, park on level 1. So we didn't know this. We parked on level 0, and we saw a sign that said to the casino, but it said to the elevator. So we figured, oh great, we gotta hop on an elevator to get to the casino. We didn't realize that if you were just on level 1, you could just walk right into the casino. Now I say walk right into the casino, you're gonna have to walk outside for like a couple seconds and then into the general area of the casino. Which once again, you can kind of tell that it seems as though if you head to, I think, the right, you'd be walking toward where the hotel is going to be. Oh no, he's at the left. I don't know, you'll have to check the video, I guess, or anyway. You can kind of tell where things are going to be at least. There is a little area in there that you can grab some food, which again I found kind of strange because you have to actually be outside of the actual casino itself to get the food, and there's only thing that's open right now is a Starbucks, but it looks like there's going to be a couple other things like a taco place and whatnot, so there's going to be some options in there. So the casino itself is quite comfortable, lots of space. I find if you've been to Woodbine Casino, for example, it's a lot, you're sort of on top of each other, it's very claustrophobic, very uncomfortable. I found this to be very open, very high ceilings, just a very comfortable environment in general. Lots of new machines, lots of some of the old favorites, like my favorites, the Planet Moolah, my cows. But there's plenty of new machines as well, which is great. I like the fact that they had the soft drink area as well. If you want to help yourself to like a coffee or a soft drink, easy, you don't have to wait for people to bring drinks. We actually didn't see anybody bringing drinks by, whether they are or not yet, I'm not sure. There are a few bars set up as well, though, along the perimeter. If you do want to just grab yourself a glass of wine or a beer or something like that, you are able to do that. Drinks were surprisingly reasonable. When we had lunch at, I think it was called Casual, I keep forgetting the name of it. Yes, Casual, and we had Stephanie as our server, and she was awesome. Drinks there were pretty cheap though. Like wine, you're looking at less than $7 a glass, which is not that bad, really. Even cocktails, I had a margarita and I just had a tequila cocktail. So the tequila cocktail was like $6 something. The margarita was a little more expensive, but they kind of tend to be, so not a big surprise there. But yeah, Stephanie did give us a lot of good information about, you know, like the hotel not being ready yet and why, and you know how many rooms are going to be, and the amphitheater that's going to be there, like the sort of stadium. I'll be honest with you, my overall thought was I did feel comfortable there. I did like it there. It was very evident that it wasn't finished though. So I do understand why they haven't had this big, huge to-do to announce it, because there hasn't been too much information about it, to be honest with you. I found out about it by just Googling what are casinos near me. I kind of just wanted something to do today, just to kind of get out of the city. It was a bit of a rainy, yucky day, so I didn't want to be outside, and I thought this could be a good option. I definitely will say, if I am to return, which I do plan to return, I want to go when the hotel's done. I would like to go when the arena's done, or amphitheater, whatever you want to call it, just to stay there overnight, see a show, play in the casino, because otherwise where it's situated, there's not a whole lot of other things sort of on the outskirts to do. I mean, if you go on the other side of the highway, there's some shopping and a couple things like that, but mainly if you're going to be going there, you're probably going to be sticking to the casino resort itself. Otherwise, drive distance wise, I mean, for us it took about 40 minutes or so to get there. Getting back was closer to an hour just because there were a few accidents on the 401. If you've been on the 401 before, if you know, you know. 401 is just a disaster at pretty much all hours of the day, so it is what it is. But I actually am excited to return. I'm excited to go back and see what, once things start opening up a little bit more, checking out the hotel, checking out a show there, seeing maybe some of the other restaurant options. I did see there was a buffet. There's an Asian seafood restaurant there, as well as a couple other smaller places, like I mentioned, the taco place that's gonna be opening, and a couple other places like that. I'm not sure what other entertainment there's gonna be. I think there's gonna be a lounge. I don't know if it's gonna be like a nightclub or anything like that, but all in all, I see a lot of potential here. I'm excited to return. I mean, we do have sort of a few places around that we can go to, whether it be Falls View Casino or Casino Niagara. We have Woodbine as well, which is starting to really expand, and they're going to be growing a lot bigger very soon as well. Side note, if you do already have a casino card for Blue Heron, for Casino Ajax, or for Casino Woodbine, you can use the same card. So I did learn that today. So we didn't get any special little freebies or promos because of going to this place. If you already have a card for that, then you won't really be getting anything. They'll just issue you another card basically. But all in all, yes, I am excited to go back. I'm excited to check it out, see what the future has in store for this whole resort, and yeah, just somewhere different to go for a bit of a change of scenery rather than sticking to the same Falls View or whatever the case is. So anyway, it's exciting, something new, always nice to see. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, please consider subscribing, comment, did you even know this casino was opening? Did you know it was even open? Have you ever been there yet? What are some of your other casinos that you like to visit in the GTA? Anyway, this has been Daniel Spotlight, and see you in the next one. Bye.